Hello, I'm Luke, a digital artist. So today's video is a bit different than usual. We have a collaboration with Xencelabs, a company that designs digital drawing tools like pen tablets for creative professionals in the industry. So Xencelabs kindly sent me their Pen Tablet Small for me to review. And as the name states, this tablet is on the smaller side and puts a lot of focus on its portability and compact sizing, making it perfect for everyone who travels or have limited desk space. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside the box. So you're first greeted with the thank you card, and this also tells you how to set up your device and download your drivers and stuff. Gotta have the sticker too. Here's the cable. Drawing gloves to keep your hands from smearing on the surface when you draw. This case contains all the small items. I love what they did with this and how it conveniently stores everything while looking so professional. I've never seen a tablet with two pens included. One's like a slimmer version. It's kind of like feels like you're using an actual pencil. There's a USB receiver included. Cables can be a bit of a trouble when traveling and hooking things up, and this solves it, making it easily portable and just set it up anywhere. There are 10 replacement nibs for your pen, 6 regular and 4 felt tips. The felt ones have more grip that allows you to draw with like a more marker feel, and this tweezer looking thing, this is used to pull out the nib for replacing. Here's the actual tablet. So I've listed the specs here, and by comparison, it's around the size of my iPad Pro 11-inch. It has 3 shortcut buttons on the top, and I've seen a lot of tablets that have buttons on the side, but that could get in the way when you're drawing and accidentally press it. And placing them on the top solves that, so it's not in your way, but it's there when you need it. Underneath everything is a pouch to store everything all in one, and you could pack everything, take it anywhere, like your school, workplace. Like, I never seen a tablet that are like this portable. They've also included what's called quick keys. This basically is like a device with buttons that you can assign shortcuts to, such as undo, change tools. The dial on the top lets you adjust different things like zoom in, canvas, scroll, brush size, like canvas rotation, anything that you just set up to. And then there's a carrying case for this too. So here's all the contents. Now let's pack everything up and see how compact we can get it. And that's it. You can carry this anywhere and turn it into an art studio. And I wish I had this when I was in school, and I think it's perfect for people like students, as they tend to work in many places. Like they move from classroom to classroom, try to get work done in the cafeteria, random tables, computer lab. You can do it and take it back home. It just makes it so easy. Like all these little cables, these little random pens, items, replacement nibs, all these tiny little things all fit into one. So you have low risk of losing them. It's just so convenient. So let's set up our device. I'm gonna use a guided setup just so I don't really need to do anything complicated here. It'll detect your device. Here we have our tablet, our 2 pens, and the quick keys. And here are the tablet buttons. You get to choose your pen pressure, and then you can choose what monitor you want to work the tablet on. So let's choose our main monitor, and you get to orient your quick keys in your favorite orientation, vertical, like on your side, and anyway. I'm gonna have it just regular, just upwards. These are the softwares that the tablet can work on. You could set like shortcuts for specific softwares, and that's it. Now you're just here on the product page. So this is me actually using the tablet and drawing lines. As you can see, the lines are pretty straight and sharp. This tablet has really good grip, and once you lay the pen on the tablet and you make your line strokes, it grips on, so it doesn't like wobble around. It has good control and leads the line where you want it to be. The exiting lines are pretty sharp, so the pressure sensitivity is really good on this. As you can see, all the endpoints are really sharp as it exits. And let's try out some different brushes and see how they look. Yep, so it gets really thin and really thick. Get really precise with it. Since its area is small on the tablet, you can reach anywhere without a hassle. So here's the quick keys customization. Here are the scroll wheels. You could have 4 different profiles and each have it set to different things. Like one's like a zoom in, other one's a scroll up, and one's like a brush size, canvas rotation, all that. You could choose like any LED color for it. It's RGB. Yeah, so the 8 buttons here, could have it set to anything. I mainly work on Photoshop, that's why these keys can be set up specifically for Photoshop, such as like creating new layer. All these different things can be all done in one button. And yeah, you can have different shortcuts for each software. If you use like many different softwares, that's possible. So as you can see, I have all the shortcuts. These are specifically in Photoshop customized. That is default done by Xencelabs. And I do wish the dial on the top was a little bit more clicky or have like a tactile feedback, so I know how many increments I'm spinning, because it has a smooth texture. It's like a smooth spinning wheel, so it's hard to know where it actuates and things. So I thought like a clickier, more like a mouse scroll wheel, it would be a bit more better for my taste and my workflow. You could change the brightness of the words on the screen. When it's too bright, it could hurt your eyes, and it's these little attention to detail that I really appreciate. And yeah, you could change the color of the dial too, to match your desk setup and all the whatever lights you have. Now let's get into the time lapse of me actually creating illustration with this. So this theme is fox ears and hibiscus flowers. The hibiscus flowers are more like a tropical flower, while foxes are associated with cold, wintry, snowy. Yeah, in some ways this is a form of contrast and like an interesting combination, and it's these contrasts that really creates a hook, is what I believe. With the hibiscus colors, the bright red colors and the green in other ways do create a form of contrast. Now, I like to use combinations of at least 2 or more objects and then try to make a picture out of it. I wasn't so happy with the colors in the rough draft, so as I transfer the rough draft onto the actual canvas, I'm like trying to look for colors. I mix colors by lowering opacity or flow in the brushes, and then just keep painting until I get the color I want. Just keep mixing. And I did think the rough was missing all the blue tones, so as I transferred in, I did try to shift the colors to the more on the bluer side, which later then I eased it out. It lost the warmness which was in the original picture, and it's a tropical flower, so I wanted it to feel more of the heat coming from the picture. So I did reduce the blue cool tones afterwards, but I did add it in the beginning so that I could adjust it later. Ideally, these should be done during the rough phase and try to get the color you want beforehand. But sometimes you're happy with it for that moment, and then next day, or you realize that you're like not that happy with it. It does happen time to time, and I try to adjust things and correct it how I want it beforehand. And I slowly try to increase the resolution each step. So you've noticed I've drawn the line art, but I don't fully go in clean because you never know what you're gonna change. And see, I'm roughly planning out what kind of lighting to use, and then try to find what's the best scenario. And we can see a lot of the colors being put in now. It has that, I wanted to create that deep green and the red combination. And I'm creating the pattern for the what do you call this? It's like a stone, like a wall. And adding patterns in this. This type of pattern is commonly found in Okinawa, and it's like a decorative piece where it's like carved out and then in different patterns. So I did decide that was a good combination in this picture because of the location. And as you can see, I tend to hop around everywhere. I will work on one place for a little bit and then stop, and then work on another place for a little bit and then stop. So each step I'm trying to like make the picture more clear one step, so that I don't focus too much on one area, because then later that might be like too much or too less. You never know. You gotta look at the entire picture and then balance it out. You can't just focus on one spot, because then if you zoom out, look at the picture as a whole, it'll look out of place. And if you are wondering, I do place lighting effects and all this finishing details beforehand, even though I'm not finished yet. That's because I think it's better to be able to envision what the finished product is like before you actually get to there, so that you can tell already how it's supposed to look. So I don't really wait till the end to add lighting and effects and such with different layer blends and stuff. I just do it first and then add colors with that already enabled, so the colors mix on its own according to the effect, so it blends in better. And I feel like that's a way to reduce the whole digital look. I see a lot of people use like overlays, screen, all these different blend modes, and then mechanically just add it on the top over the whole picture at the end as a finishing touch, and that makes it unnatural. It really brings out this digital feel in a bad way, and I like to avoid that by adding it first and then color them on top of that, or color them according to the effect, so it is like less noticeable. And then all we have to do now is to just keep painting until you're happy with the amount of details. This painting took longer than I anticipated, as I kept going back and adding more and over on the top, kept coating a bunch more colors. And I think that the more detail you have, the less confidence you have, as you're worried and you're just like keep trying to add more. So ideally you should find a good stopping point so that you don't overdo things. Most cases it looks better to have it less detailed in certain areas, and just control the amount you put in. If you want to see the entire time lapse, I'll make a separate video for that. Here we have the final product. So it turned out pretty good, I guess, but I'm still very unsatisfied with the background and the trees in the distance, because I can spend all day trying to perfect that, but it's better to have it somewhat of a passing point, and I'd rather get it done than have it perfect. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the impact that the flowers give. And thanks to this tablet, I was able to work super comfortably throughout the entire process. It didn't take any struggle at all getting used to this. On their website right now, this tablet is listed as $199.99 US dollars, and the quick keys are $99.99 US dollar. And it comes with everything that I've showcased. And so if you're on the market looking for a pen tablet, and with all these options out there, you're not really sure where to settle, I really recommend this option, as it comes with basically everything you need. So you're pretty much all set. And I would like to thank Xencelabs for providing me this tablet and offering for a collab. Yeah, I will see you in the next video.